this season. Good evening. Here is the newscast. First, the headlines. Lawyers react as Governor Fubara presents 2025 budget to Oko Jumbo-led assembly. Port Harcourt-based clergyman reacts to use of pulpits for political banter. NNPCL announces resumption of operation of Warri refinery, and on the foreign scene, Russia-Ukraine exchanged prisoners for troops in latest swap deal. I am Kaladaku Rubatibo. We'll go for a quick commercial. When we return, the news in detail. Please do stay tuned. Welcome back now to the news in detail. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has presented the 2025 budget proposal of over 1.1 trillion naira to the Victor Oko Jumbo-led Rivers State House of Assembly. Presenting the budget, tagged Budget of Inclusive Growth and Development, the annex of the Government House, Governor Fubara said the recurrent expenditure of the budget is over 462 billion naira, while the capital expenditure is over 678 billion naira, reflecting a 44% to 56% ratio.
The 2025 budget is premised on achieving sustainable economic growth, accelerating the development of the state, and improving the living standard of our people. Therefore, it contains policy measures and objectives that will strengthen our capacity to weather possible external shock from the national economy, to build resilience of our economy and advance our collective development and prosperity. It is for this reason that we have christened the budget of 2025 a budget of inclusive growth and development.
The governor said the budget proposal was based on the assumption of the oil price benchmark of $80 per barrel.
Our production rate of 1.8 million barrels per day, Naira USD exchange rate 1,500 per dollar. We are also projecting improved contribution from the non-oil sector to the national economy, including substantial receipts from value-added tax and exchange gain. In addition, we are projecting a GDP growth rate of 3.18%, increasing internal generated revenue to not less than 35% of the total budget. We shall expand our internal tax base by bringing more people into the tax net.
The governor also spoke on sources of funding for the budget.
Internally generated revenue, statutory allocation, mineral funds, value-added tax, refund escrow, so Paris and excess crude, refund from bank charges, excess crude account, exchange rate gain, forex equalization, other funds from FAC, asset sales, capital receipts, proposed internal grants, proposed external grants, proposed loan and bond.
He said internally generated revenue rose to over 250 billion naira, and it is expected to close at 300 billion naira by the end of the year, marking a record 100% increase over the previous year. He said the 2024 budget recorded 100% implementation. In his remarks, Victor Oko Jumbo assured the governor that the assembly would give him all the necessary support to succeed. Meanwhile, A Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Chinike Williams-Wobodo, says it is wrong for Governor Fubara to present the 2025 budget proposal to the Victor Okojumbo-led House of Assembly, while the Supreme Court is yet to determine the cases involving the 2024 budget. Mr. Williams-Wobodo told correspondent Subi Oruwari that the action of the governor shows a lack of respect for court judgments.
Martins Amewule is the assembly, but the governor has decided that he will continue to act in defense of orders of courts. Court of Appeal made a declaration. So the only thing that can happen to a declaration is to set it aside. And that order, setting aside the declaration of the Court of Appeal, has not been done. It will be unconstitutional. It will continue to count as unconstitutionality for the governor to dare to present budget.
The clergyman also advised the political class to be guarded by their comments whenever they mount the pulpits. Wrong news. But, another lawyer, Eugene Ode, said there is no existing judgment that stops Governor Fubara from presenting the 2025 appropriation budget to the Victor Okojumbo-led Assembly.
Let people not be confused. Justice Omotoso's judgment had nothing to do with the fate of the 27 lawmakers. If you don't look at the facts of the case and distinguish each fact from the other one, you will get it all mixed up. That the judgment you're referring to does not stop the governor today from presenting to the Oko-led. You cannot use a judgment and facts that are different to apply to a different situation, a different scenario. That's today in the eyes of the law. It is only these 4 members, so you cannot bring Omotoso judgments to restrain the governor.
Mr. Ode challenged any lawyer to present any court order stopping the governor from presenting the budget to the Victor Okojumbo-led House of Assembly. In another development, the Port Harcourt-based cleric Emmanuel Dombra says pastors should not be blamed if politicians use their pulpits to banter words with their opponents. Recall that yesterday, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike took a swipe at former Governor Peter Ardley over the comment credited to him that he wants to make the state his private estate. Speaking with correspondent Subi Oruwari, Pastor Dombra said pastors cannot regulate what politicians will say. He, however, advised pastors to always have a friendly discussion with politicians before they mount the pulpits.
Church did not give them for the purpose that they used it. But what happens when they have the mic is beyond the control of the clergy. But unfortunately, in all of those instances, whoever has the mic now decides how he or she wants to use it. So I wouldn't actually blame the church for those misgivings that happen on the altar. It's not entirely the responsibility of the church to regulate what will be said. However, it's not absolutely out of place for the clergy to appeal to them in private before they come up.
The clergyman also advised the political class to be guarded by their comments whenever they mount the pulpits.
Again, so that responsibility then falls to the person who knows that the altar is a sacred place and should speak words of encouragement, words that would help build the people and not use the platform to attack another politician. We've seen this over time, and you can't separate the church and state. It's always been like that from the get-go. Call it political leadership, call it whatever kind of leadership. Some leaders have used that platform knowing that it will gain publicity to say things they shouldn't really say from the people.
On his part, a lawyer, Chinike Williams-Wobodo, defended politicians for using the pulpits to ventilate their anger.
It's for the churches to understand that the church is a place of worship, not a political place. But you see, whatever is happening did not start today. It did not start today. Dr. Peter Ardley was used. So it's because that's where the audience, church, commands the population in the state. So they see it as a forum where they go for politicking. So it's for the church to realize that it's not an avenue. If you look at all that the Honorable Minister said, I don't think that anyone is oblivious of any of the facts there.
to security matter. The Diop vigilante says they arrested the suspected leader of a 5-man robbery gang, David Jaja, during an attempted car theft in Port Harcourt. The commander of Diop vigilante, Prince Amatari Bipilede, told journalists that the incident occurred at Eminike by Ojoto, where the gang attempted to snatch a Volkswagen Jetta at gunpoint from a taxi driver, Ekwe Ngozi, after taking him on a drop from Casablanca in GRA. He said his team were alerted by the commotion and rushed to the scene, which prompted the robbers to flee. He said the gang was tracked to Egede by Labuchi, were arrested with a 6-round revolver containing 3 live rounds. He said his accomplices managed to escape. The suspected gang leader, David Jaja, spoke to journalists.
We go carry a drop of Casablanca. We carry and say we go my one clinic. See we get agreement. See person dey enter the motor go buy the motor for this business. We don't carry and come carry us reach here. We just reach another process to point and go come they get agreement. So we know if you come involve come arrest us.
The taxi driver Ekwe Ngozi also spoke to journalists.
I go work in the evening time. Now, 2 boys then come meet me for a drop to go to Emenike by that hospital. I said, okay, how many on a day? Then say then day 5. Then contribute the money, reaching money I tell them 3,005. We are going in Olu Abasanjo police station. Then say my divert police, by court police. I follow fruit market to Okeja. Around the line, when I want drop them, then begin come point me gun. Say my stop, then drag my steering.
The Diop vigilante commander, Mr. Bipelede, said the suspect alongside the recovered weapon has been handed over to the police for further investigation and prosecution. Still to come, NNPCL announces resumption of operation of Warri Refinery. Just stay tuned as we go for a quick break. Come back, and now the news, or the rest of the news. The people of our local government area have commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the council chairman David Umeriji for what they called lavish Christmas gifts extended to them. They made recommendations shortly after the distribution of 230 bags of rice to the 14 wards in the LGA. In his speech, the leader of Anwar Legislative Assembly, Precious Ada George, Deputy Leader Bride Ekweme, Chief Whip of Anwar 10th Assembly, Dinkpa Clement, Councillor representing Ward 9, Francis Chinedu, described the gesture as unprecedented.
Yesterday, they distributed 3 cows each and the sum of 2 million naira. We're very impressed with the chairman.
For me, it is first of its kind in any local government that tomorrow we go home 230 bags, 3 cows, and 2 million naira. It has never been done by any administration.
Siminalayi Joseph Fubara has showed us love by giving us David Umeriji Temowa. He has also reciprocated the goodwill of the governor by giving us rice, cows.
I have worked in previous government. I have never seen this kind of Christmas celebration and gift to our people.
On his part, a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party in MOA local government area, Oche Miniku, applauded Governor Fubara and Chief David Umeriji for putting smiles on the faces of MOA people during the Yuletide period.
Our council chairman, David Omereji, have done a very wonderful thing in Nemoa local government. We have not seen this of in Nemoa local government. So the entire Nemoa will appreciate it. It's not even the political circle. Even those who are not in the political circle, they appreciate it. Because the man is a man that has an open mind.
Now, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, says the 125,000 barrels per day Warri Refining and Petrochemicals Company in Delta State has now commenced operation. Mr. Kyari said this during a tour of the refinery today. He said the development was as a result of the charge by President Tinubu to get all the 3 refineries working. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu expressed joy at the reopening of the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company by the NNPCL. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, described the development as another remarkable achievement in 2024. Now let's take a look at the international scene.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
Russia says it had swapped 150 Ukrainian soldiers held captive for an equal number of Russian troops in an exchange deal brokered by the United Arab Emirates. The Russian Defense Ministry said this in a statement today. A quick recap on the news this evening. You heard Port Harcourt-based lawyers have reacted differently to the presentation of the 2025 budget to the Oko-Jumbo-led assembly by Governor Fubara. Port Harcourt-based clergyman Emmanuel Dombra has reacted to the use of pulpit for political banter. NNPCL has announced that the Warri Refinery has resumed operation. On the foreign scene, Russia and Ukraine have exchanged troops in the latest swap deal. The news was edited by Onyekachi Wonsu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Good evening. I am Kalada Korubasubo.